My bad. Don't look. No! You're not cooperating. Let's go again. Have you ever wondered what happens if your land becomes uninhabitable from climate change? What will happen if your country is submerged underwater or desecrated after a forest fire? What would you do? What can you do? Can you even run from climate change? Unfortunately for some, this is now becoming a reality. For these people, there are 4 types of options or mobility outcomes commonly known in the climate literature. The first is migration, which is defined by the choice to leave. Leave. The migration group is often legal, so they won't be considered a climate refugee. There we go, you leave. And the choice is often individual. The second is displacement, or forced displacement, which people are forced to move. This is often not by choice and decided by a third party, whether the government or the state of their environment. The third is the trapped figure, defined by the inability to leave. This can be due to a variety of reasons, stemming from issues on the legality of such migration to the lack of infrastructure and assets that allows them to move. And the last is the immobile group, defined by their choice to stay in environmentally vulnerable locations. They are often the group that has emotional connections to the land or are not educated to realize the sensitivity of climate impacts on their lives. The people that need to consider moving internationally from climate change are in a bit of a predicament. Did you know that climate refugees are not protected under international refugee law? Yep, you heard it here first. If they ever seek refuge elsewhere, the host country has all the right to send them back to where they came from. These people aren't guaranteed refugee protection and therefore don't have the rights to the refugee. So if their land ever becomes inhabitable and they leave, there is a chance that they end up being trapped returning in their inhabitable land, or even worse, trapped in a foreign land that's worse than the original land. Okay, but not everyone dips out of the country the second the land sees climate effects. Much of climate mobility actually happens within the country, moving inland or towards a safer location. But what happens after? Are they going to have a new set of problems that are exacerbated by climate change? Do they just hop around until they can't run anymore? We know that the reality is that climate change is going to affect our environment, our land, and our livelihoods. While we can expect them to flee from such environments, not everyone wants to or is able to. This issue may be challenging, it may be complex, but maybe, just maybe, that we can empathize with those who aren't so lucky. I wrote my master's dissertation on this topic, and I kid you not, it has set me into multiple existential crises. Researching into issues like this makes me realize that the problem with climate change is so much bigger than me, and the solution is so hazy and so uncertain that I don't really believe that the solutions we have are enough. We need a cultural and spiritual transformation, and I don't really know how to do that other than to pray. So yeah, short video. I didn't want to dwell too much on a topic where I don't really have any practical solutions or implications for. But the climate immobile and trapped figure aren't really much talked of. So hopefully this video helped further their discourse. Hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something new. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Peace!